The Injora Roverin brushless motor system is back. On the bench today, we've got G2 of this awesome brushless system from Injora, still only available for the Traxxas TRX 4M or Redcat Ascent 18. I've really enjoyed the previous generation Roverin system, and I still have it in this TRX 4M here. It's worked extremely well. I'm super glad that Injora brought this back and made some improvements to this already great system. So in this video, I'm going to go over the motor and the ESC that comes in the kit. I'll hit the key features and the highlights of the system, as well as point out the differences from the previous version, and then we're going to go hit the rock so you guys can see it in action. All right, let's check this thing out. I've already got it installed here, so you can check it out. I've got it on the truck here and unboxed it, but I'll show you what comes in the kit when you get it. Here's your packaging here. Inside this, we get nice detailed guide here. It's got your programming guide and everything. It's got all the parameters and everything outlined on this. You get your tools to install your pinion. Now you would have your pinion gear in here. We get this tiny little Allen wrench, and you can see we've got tiny little grub screws here to put your pinion on. You get a number of different adapters. The default plug on the motor system, you get this XT30 connector here, but you get a JST adapter, you get a TRX 4M battery adapter, and you get the PH 2.0. So you can run a variety of different batteries with this setup. We get some Velcro here so you can stick the thing down. I opted to put it on the slider here. And we got some tubing here. This is for your wire management. I desperately need to do this because that is one thing with the system. There's a lot of wires that come with it. So you do have these tubes that you twist to open these up and get your wires through to help with wire management. I'm going to be doing that later. Let's take a look at the system itself. So here it is on the slider here. So this is a fully waterproof system. We've got a 30 amp brushless ESC here, 2 to 3S capable. It is as high as it can go is 3S. It's a nice looking ESC here. It's in this rectangular aluminum case. One of the things that they have done with this G2 is they've changed how the wires attach to the ESC itself. If you look at the previous iteration, it had a very kind of raw look to it. You can see these were soldered on here and exposed. They've cleaned up the way that these wires are integrated into the ESC to mitigate shorting. Operation on this ESC is excellent. Got a ton of customization available through the Injora app, which is actually super user-friendly and works excellent. So download that on your smartphone, open it up. You can go through a number of different parameters on this. Lots of adjustment. You can do your BEC output on this, up to 10 volts on this for your BEC output, so big power to your servos. You can control the FOC, throttle curve, drag brake up to 200%. It has real-time telemetry available as well, and there's an advanced section where you can go even further in this. So tons and tons of customization and a user-friendly interface with this, making it feel not just driving-wise, but tuning-wise and customization-wise like a very high-end brushless system here. They've also done some work to help with heat dissipation on this, so this will run a little bit cooler compared to the V1 here. Getting into the motor itself, it's a little difficult to see on this truck here, but it's the same motor that we've seen before. This is a 180 sized brushless in-runner motor, meaning it's encased in this nice black aluminum case here. 4,500 kV on this, so it does have some punch. It's got a lot of juice, but you'll see in the run footage, we get great slow crawl out of this as well. So it's a very broad power band out of this motor. It's got really nice chunky power down low, but it can really sing at the top too, especially on 3S. It's got a bunch of wheel speed if you need it. One of the things I'm also trying out in this video, do a little segue here, I got the new Injora 15 kilogram servo. This is a new addition to this build that we're also going to try out. So I think this is around 40 bucks, something like that for this 15 kilogram servo. I'm excited to see how this does as well. So Injora is really stepping up their game, putting out some really nice parts lately. So we're going to try both of these out on this build. Before we get out and run this thing, just a quick rundown of the supporting components. So this is running steel transmission gears. I got the Injora low range crawler gear set in here. So I like that real low gear ratio, especially with a motor of this high kV. I want that low ratio to really capitalize on the slow crawl and to minimize that wheel speed. I'm going to be running this with my Radio Link RC8X. I've got my little 4-channel receiver here snugged up against the power button, which is sitting on top of the transmission. So this will not work with your stock Ascent 18 or TRX 4M radio. And stock 2-in-1, you're gonna have to replace all of your electronics to run this system. So I think that's good for a quick overview of this system. I will link my first video down below where I went over the initial system that I still have in this truck here in a lot of detail. You can check that out if you want, but I say we go hit the rocks so we can see this thing in action. Out with the Roverin equipped RNDRC rig. It's one of my favorite TRX4M builds. I was really happy to get this combination in this truck. It was begging for this new motor setup. I also extended the wheelbase on this by doing the high trail links. I'm losing my body there. I need some stronger magnets, I think. The purple Viper in here previously with the MBL 32 was okay. It's just not smooth enough off the bottom for me. So that's why I'm really pumped to get this new G2 Rover in here. Running this on 3S power, which is going to be substantial for this thing. It's got a lot of punch. It's that slow speed control. We made the drop, but then lost it on the bottom. Oh, I'm gonna save it though. I'll come up this jagged rock here. Usually I hand have got it with the minis. Let's see if we can make it up. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed with the Klingon tires on this truck. I really expected this to hook up better. It's just not worked out the way I wanted it to with this setup. We were able to get up there clean though. I also think those wheels are too wide, combined with those wide axles. I'd like to close that stance in a little bit more. Oh, so smooth. Get a little bit of noise out of this system. It's also noisy from the metal gears, the crawler gears in the transmission. That's noisy by itself. The ESC, the electronics are very quiet. That servo makes a little bit of noise. It's also got some good power in it. This is where the width is going to help us though, if I can get over this gap. There we go, nice. You notice that servo's got enough power to pull me around. Oh, good job there. Let's try bicycle bridge for the heck of it while we're here. Oh, good punch to get up over that initial gatekeeper. Let's just change a little bit here. Do want to be careful with this on 3S. It does have parts breaking power. There's that body again. I have a lot of faith in the Mias components and this build, but I know that that thing's got a bunch of power. I don't want to break anything. You can feel the FOC on this. It's almost like cruise control. You just kind of just hold the throttle steady and it will just evenly power its way over things. It's where things get really nasty. Oh, the long wheelbase really helping us there. I'm going to slide off. Let's get the front tires over, come on. Oh, got that big tire caught in that hole right there. Do this. Oh, again. Not able to get through Bicycle Bridge today. It's like they changed the end of it, made it really complicated. So I'm gonna try the notch instead with the longer wheelbase. Let's see if this thing can pull it off. Again, I don't have a lot of faith due to the tires. I just don't feel like they're grabbing like I want them to. You see they drift off to the side. I just don't get the grab. Oh, to hop up the bypass. So much control out of this system and so much customization. Injora really has done a great job with this Roverin kit. It's one of my favorite brushless systems, and I cannot wait until this is out for the 24s. The app functionality and the tuning you can do with this, so good and so user-friendly too. The fact it's an in-runner, waterproof, you can cram it in your build and not have to worry about the outrunner interfering with your build or electronics. The ESC is a little bulky on this. I wish they could shrink the footprint a little bit on the ESC itself, but performance is excellent. This is just what I needed in this build. Mighty impressed with this on 3S. It's so smooth. Get that. Thing doesn't want to quit. It's hanging on for dear life over here. I think it's going to pull it off. Oh, did I speak too soon? I need to get over here and get some traction. Oh. Nice, that was awesome. That servo's doing a good job. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, that's also nice and quiet, giving me good performance too. Injora's on a roll lately. Oh man, the long wheelbase was a big improvement here. So glad I did that swap. Nice, that was awesome, cool. Great run with this kit. As far as driving impressions, it doesn't feel a whole lot different than the previous version. I know they've taken some steps to improve heat dissipation and things like that, but man, I'm just so glad to have this kit back again. So great job, Injora, with this kit. I'm gonna keep driving it for a little bit and I'll see you guys back at the bench to wrap it up. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the Roverin brushless motor system. This is a great offering from Injora, and at 109 bucks, it's well worth it. That is right in line with some of the higher end brushless motor combos that are out there for these mini crawlers, but this offers all of the same higher end features, including a super user-friendly app to tune it with, big BEC output up to 10 volts, and being fully waterproof, plus the excellent performance that it delivers. It is well worth the price in my opinion. Like I said earlier, it is still only available for the TRX 4M or Ascent 18. I hope we get to see this for the SCX 24 and other platforms soon because it is an awesome combo. This is available to order now. I will put a link in the description down below. It's actually on sale right now, 10% off, so you can get this for 99 bucks. I'm unsure how long that introductory price is gonna last. I think it's a special for the launch of the G2, but nonetheless, the link is in the description. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the Roverin kit for the TRX 4M and Ascent 18? Have you tried it yet? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.